Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. All right, guys, special field trip today. I got a sneak peek at the new Golden Gate Park tennis courts. They're not quite open yet, but you're going to get a first look. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so before we go out and take our first look at the new tennis courts at the Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, I just wanted to give you a quick background as to if you've lived in San Francisco and you're a tennis player, you would know what I'm talking about when I say Golden Gate Park tennis courts. I mean, famous players like Billie Jean King, Rosie Casals, Peanut Louie, Brad Gilbert, all played there. It is kind of a San Francisco tennis institution. So anybody who was anybody played there, hung out there, got together there, met their spouses there. It was one of those places that San Francisco tennis people hung out in the 60s, 70s, even prior to that, into the 80s. So they had, I want to say 23, 24 courts. When I was in high school and as a child in the 80s, we used to go there to play matches. The San Francisco All-City Tournament was held there, both for private high school and public high school. So, I mean, it is a big part of what San Francisco tennis is all about. So I wanted to say in the 90s, mid-90s to today, the courts have kind of fallen into a little disarray. The upkeep had been kind of, not really maintained. Not too many people used it anymore. The hangout crowd wasn't really hanging out there as much. So tennis was kind of going downhill, right? So the courts needed a refresh. So a place called the San Francisco Tennis Coalition partnered with the San Francisco Park and Rec, along with another group, decided that they were going to help fundraise and remake these courts. So after an extensive fundraising and all the funds were received, groundbreaking took place on April 17th, 2019. So with the San Francisco Tennis Coalition's help, they helped fundraise private funds to redo a whole new tennis facility. So the new place is actually called the Lisa and Douglas Goldman Tennis Center. So had the mayor out there, had all, Peanut Louie, got the shovels, did a whole groundbreaking ceremony. There is no longer 23, 24 courts there anymore. With the revamped courts, there will be 17 courts, brand new courts, but one kind of a sunk down stadium court for, let's say the all-city finals, right? For the high school all-city finals or some kind of a city finals to be held. So it's sunken down with kind of built-in grandstands. What is it today? It's almost March, so it's February 23rd. So, it's been almost 2 years. So COVID obviously slowed it down, but I think it's ready to go in about 2 weeks is what I heard. So really excited to see this place. I'm so excited to go out there today. We will see you there. Welcome to the Lisa and Douglas Goldman Tennis Center at Golden Gate Park. So this will be the heart of where tennis will be played in the city of San Francisco. Welcome to the Toby Family Clubhouse. All right, guys, so I am outside in the brand new garden area, the Corrette Garden area. is dedicated to those people who want to come out and just relax. You know, there's a bench right over here. There's seating for 130 people. So you can actually rent a space out here, have a gathering, and have a little private party, have 10 tables up, and kind of hang out, have a meeting out here in front of the tennis courts. So, hey, if you want to rent a space, this is a good spot, right? Get you away from civilization. All right, so what's behind me is artwork. So what I was told is that whenever you erect a public building here in San Francisco, that 2% of the building has to be dedicated to local artists, local artwork. And this wall is dedicated to, the tennis players. So as you can see, you see Roger in here, you see Arthur Ashe. What a great piece of artwork. So here we are at the courts. This is the first string of courts, 1 through 5. So these are courts 1 through 5, newly renovated. If you're not a fan of the sun, these are probably the courts you want, because back there are a bunch of trees and it will block you off away from the sun. So this is going to be the coolest courts out here, meaning away from the sun. Okay? So courts 1 through 5, right over here. Let's check out some more courts. Welcome to center court. All right, check this out. We got grandstands for 200. I'm sunken down. This is definitely going to be the showcase court. San Francisco City Finals will probably be played here. All City Finals will be played right here on this brand new court that's in the center of the excitement. All right, so center court, guys. Center court of the new Lisa and Doug Goldman tennis facility. Okay? Now next to center court, we have 3 additional courts. Court 7, 8, and 9. All right, look at this big pathway. Look at this big pathway. Okay? To my right, we got court number 10 and 11. To my left, we got court 12 and 13. And as you can see, between court 12 and 13 and all of these courts here, you will have your own entrance. I remember as a kid when I was in high school, you actually had to walk across the courts behind on like the grandstands or the bleachers to get to your court. Not anymore. We have fences here, right, that go up to 10 feet with windscreens, and you have your own entrance. All right, behind me, we got the final 3 courts, court 15, 16, and 17. As you can see, right, we got scorekeepers on every court, nice dedicated benches here. Man, I wish I could play here right now. We got new lighting here, guys. New courts, new lighting, new facility. Man, I wish I had a racket and a ball right now, but they're not gonna let me play yet. Gotta wait another week or 2. Guys, how about a new water fountain? State-of-the-art water fountain. You put your cup underneath, water comes out. Old school water fountain, right? How about new cool garbage cans? Man, I didn't have any of this stuff when I was growing up. I'm sure I'm not gonna get rusty water out of that thing. All right, Hall of Champions TV. There'll be a loop of probably local champions and local kids that will be highlighted in a loop on this television. And the wall of, I like to call it thank you, or wall of fame, for everybody who's helped in the process of making this facility come to fruition. So a huge thank to these people. A huge thank you to these people. Welcome to the rec room, guys. Let's go on in. Check it out, right? Rec room for the kids. The kids can hang out here during after school when they're waiting to get out onto the court, or if they're waiting for pickup from their parents, or summer camp, or anything that they can do. Like basically, it's just a hangout spot. They can do their homework here. Again, it's a room that is dedicated to the kids. Guys, welcome to Golden Gate Park Tennis and Learning Camp. So what does that mean, guys? Check out this cool sign. We got inner city kids coming in here, learning the game of tennis, and being upstart young citizens. So they get the opportunity to learn tennis, play tennis, maybe do a little homework, right? Give them a safe facility to play, learn, and have fun. So let's check out the tables behind us here. So check out this first class room that's meant for the kids, right? Dedicated to the kids to hang out, learn, have a little fun in a safe environment. So check it out. All meant for the kids. Middle school age and under. Guys, how about a new bathroom facility with a shower? Okay? But again, we got water here, right? Top of the line water dispensers. No touch, right? Moving back here, we got bathroom over there, all gender bathroom. Men's over here. How about a cool bench, right? We got a cool mirror behind me, right? How about some lockers? They use lockers. Is this a public facility or a private facility? Showers. There's only one shower in here though, guys, but you can actually take a shower in here if you really wanted to. Okay? All right, I have a special guest with me to talk about the rest of the facility. I have Dana from Lifetime that's going to help me explain or tell us about what's on this wall and the rest of this facility. Dana, thank you for showing me around here now.
Absolutely, yeah. Thanks for having me. We couldn't be happier, and just can't wait to get the doors open.
Oh yeah, we're getting really, really close, guys. Really, really close. All right, so talk to me about what's here behind us.
Sure. Well, it's just an extraordinary facility. I mean, back in the late 1800s being built and seeing so many people come through the doors and the courts over the years, they wanted a chance to reflect upon that with this new facility. And so this marks the purpose and the importance of public tennis. And as you go down this exhibit hall, this exhibit wall, it talks about the former champions that have played here, and the value of public tennis, and just how it builds community, and looking for the next chapter of that development, and the next community players, the next champion players. It's just a great story.
Right, perfect. So that's the public one. How about the Cradle of Champions here?
Oh yeah. Well, what's incredible is that since this facility has been here more than 100 years, this dates back to the early 1900s. We have the Alice Marble court, stadium court here, as well as Tom Brown from yesteryear. These are 100 years ago, and not many people have stories about their facility 100 years ago. And so having a chance to reflect on that, acknowledge it, and also inspire the next generation.
Wow, that's perfect, man. Great players inspire great moments.
Oh yeah, just incredible continuation of the legacy. You get players that have developed from the early 1900s. Then you come and you find players in the mid 1900s to later 1900s, from Rosie Casal to local Brad Gilbert, and just reflecting on the fact that anyone can play, anyone can enjoy the facility, and because of that, anyone can become a champion.
Right. Well, we got Billie Jean up there.
Billie Jean, absolutely.
Wow. How about outside lands to everybody's land?
Yeah, I think the park is such an extraordinary resource. Obviously, the second largest park of its kind in a metropolitan area, next to Central Park. And so it's just incredible to see the transformation of this back, even longer than 100 years ago. And the fact that so many people come through the park and have enjoyed it. And now, it has transformed from yesteryear, when it's on grass and in the early days of development of San Francisco, to obviously the progressive facility and city that you see today.
Right. I remember in my San Francisco history class, that this is a man-made park. They basically hired, or I don't know what they did 100 plus years ago, but they had a bunch of people come out and basically say, this stretch of land is going to be a park.
Right.
And I'm like, that's a huge upbringing for back then, I mean, you don't have like bulldozers and stuff like you do today.
Right.
So, and to make a park like this and to maintain it like this was huge. Right? So,
right. Yeah, it's extraordinary. The stories go on and on. I mean, they've done an incredible job trying to, capture it. But there's so much depth and history in this facility. Peanut Louie coming through the courts and then continuing on beyond the tennis court to make such a big difference in with Harper's Kids, and that it's extraordinary how the opportunity leads to then other give back moments for people that have come through these doors.
Right,
so it's tremendous.
Definitely, and that brings us to this last slide here. It's what this place is going to be all about, like for our future, right?
Exactly. It's one of the most extraordinary collaborative efforts that I've seen in public tennis. I've been involved in public facilities for nearly 30 years, and housed on site, not a satellite site, but on site. The TLC, the Tennis Learning Center, is housed on site. Graduates from the elementary school chapters in the city will come to the middle school program here at the Goldman Tennis Center. And they'll be learning valuable skills, tutoring, learning on court with the tennis, bringing that all together, building community, building confidence. And what's just so impressive about it is that from Arthur Ashe and the NJTL to the East Palo Alto Tennis and Tutoring Program, and now the TLC program, what's so special is that it's all under one roof. So the players can see high quality, champion level tennis. They can be inspired by their tutors in the classroom, and then this can become part of their life, in the fabric of their lives moving forward, and then building even more community wanting to eventually come here.
Right.
Because who's not going to want to spend time here once you get a taste of it? So
exactly, guys. You guys hope to get the next Peanut Louie, the next Arthur Ashe, right? We want the younger kids to look up to the older kids, right, and kind of learn, kind of a give back thing, right? Like this place wouldn't be here, right, without a lot of people involved, without people like Peanut Louie.
That's exactly right. And then paying it forward, and then we all win by spending time learning the valuable skills of tennis, building community, building friendships, building knowledge, and then there will be some that continue onward and then can inspire through their championship level tennis, but we all can enjoy tennis, and this facility has been built in such a great way that come out early because the courts are going to be busy.
Yeah, definitely a first-class facility here. So Daniel, we're in kind of a makeshift kitchen here.
Yeah.
Talk to me. I didn't have something like this growing up.
I know, it's a bonus. This is a prep kitchen for whether it's parties, whether it's events, whether it's tournaments, to be able to bring in. Refrigerator's on its way to be able to provide snacks and treats and be ready for whatever event may need to happen. And so it's made for the public, it's made for events, and we'll be using it, to round out experiences that just go beyond just playing your tennis match.
Oh, that's awesome.
So this is available. We'll also have fresh food and some vending solutions. Everything is on an approved nutrition list for San Francisco.
Got it.
And so everything that's allowable is the meticulous time and energy spent in terms of the caloric value and sugar content. There's a fresh food unit that's coming in. I'll have fresh sandwiches, yogurt, fruit, and salads that'll be rotating daily or weekly, depending on how quickly it's purchased. As well as the early risers can get.
Yeah, no, I need my cup of joe.
Hot cup of joe right there, or hot chocolate, whatever you have. So this is just a nice little extra amenity for the general public to be able to get something quick to eat or to drink, or if there's a larger event or a tournament, the catering staff or our staff can just make the events that much more special.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, healthy food, healthy snacks. All right, so we're at the check-in desk here. So when you first walk in through the door, this is what you're going to see. Okay, we got one point of entry now, and Dana?
Yeah.
Where do we go?
Yeah, absolutely. You come in. Staff, Sammy, stand up for me for a second. Appreciate that. We'll have two staff members that are always going to be behind the counter, checking people in, answering questions, whether you want to rent a court, take a class, you're here for an event. Sammy, as well as other staff members, will be here to get you on your way. And once you do that, you can go out towards the courts this way. There are many ways to come back into the facility. Open sliding glass door, the TLC room, access points back in to the facility for convenience. But this way we can answer people's questions and get them into the right place with this particular access point.
So if you forgot your balls, you broke a string, right? I got high-end Wilson Bayardo here. You guys know this machine, right? We got balls for people who need balls. We're gonna offer stringing, obviously, here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna make it the convenience approach to where we won't be all things to all people, but we will have stringing services, accessories, balls, grips, bags, youth rackets, adult performance rackets, and there will be apparel coming forward this spring and into the early summer. And so this is kind of the quick and easy. Grab a can of balls, grab a grip, talk to the staff members' needs, and then we'll actually have a retail space that the general public can come back into and shop on their own on the wall in the back here.
Oh, perfect. So it's kind of like almost like a club atmosphere, right? The only thing is, can you actually come in and say, hey, put a can of ball on my account? Are we doing that?
We're not, because it's a public facility, we're actually not keeping credit cards on file and charging people on a monthly fashion. That's a little bit more towards the privatized, private club approach. Okay. But however, you can have credit on account. Oh. So you can say, look, I'm going to come here every so often, or my family member's going to come in so often, so I'm going to put $100 on my account. And then they can say, take it off of my account. Okay. So it's a slightly reverse approach than bill me at the end of the month. We won't do it that way, but you could preload your account and make it convenient that way.
I got it. So if your kids get dropped off, right, they can go get a can of balls. They can get their rackets strung. They can buy something if they need to.
That's exactly right.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect approach.
Making it easy.
So we're in what will be the pro shop, essentially.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah. This is going to be a combination space. This is going to be a retail wall to where there'll be rackets, bags, grips, pre-strung rackets, small junior rackets will be available. Shoe size, but it's modest. We're we're a head sponsored operation, and so we will have a lot of head and head bracket products as well as pin tennis balls. So this will be the retail space back here along with up front. And then on this side, this is actually going to be our pros workstation. And so one of the nice things about when the pros are in here off the court, someone comes in, they have a question about a racket or something to do, our pros will be here regularly on this side. We'll be able to answer questions. So it'll be front desk staff, but also pros. So sometimes, you know, your tennis pro might be able to say, oh, this racket's really going to be good for your game. So that was by design as well.
Perfect. Future Pro Shop right here. So we got two very special people, the guts, the brains of the operation. Who do we have here, Dana?
Absolutely, yes. We have Isabella Feinberg. She will be our on-site general manager. You will come to see her, know her, and talk to her about any and all of your tennis needs, league needs, lesson needs, and she'll be leading the front desk staff. And then we have Joe Knopf. He's our tennis director. He'll have a team of a number of assistants. They'll be working on programs throughout the year, private programs, group programs, camps, and also working alongside our high performance program.
Perfect. How do you guys feel? We ready?
I'm so excited. I can't wait to meet the community and get to know the people, the tennis players and pickleball players in San Francisco.
Perfect. We ready to teach some tennis out here?
Can't wait for them to let us get on the court. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
There you go. They've been waiting for almost 2 years, guys. So D-Day is coming. Final room is what I call the board room. So you want to hold a meeting out here? These rooms like this, are for rent. Okay? So if you need to do a presentation, want to have some team building, right? Think about Golden Gate Park, right? Think about the facility out here.
What?